Let's now stand together for a moment of unity as we sing the National Anthem and MSU Anthem.
Citra terbilang
Take a seat. Thank you all. Let's start our journey. A warm welcome from Nigel. Nigel, over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon and welcome to World Tourism Day 2023 Green Investments Project Panel Discussion organized by Management and Science Institute, Colombo. I would like to warmly welcome our panelists, Ms. Paddy Paul, Managing Director, Global Air Travel, Mr. Miguel Canar, Consultant, Sustainable Tourism Development Sri Lanka, Mr. Chintana Dumindeheva, Entrepreneur and Lead Trainer, Global Sustainable, Mr. Ruwan Ratnayaka, Founder, Chairman of Beyond Escapes and Leopard Nest, Mr. Suranga Tennakoon, Consultant in Business, Motivator, Trainer, Lecturer, and also the Director of MSI, Mr. Peiris, Operations Manager, Dr. Srinagar, Lecturer and Academic, Non-Academic Team, all school students and MSI students. Let me take a moment to speak about Management and Science Institute. It is a fully affiliated higher educational institute with Management and Science University Malaysia. MSU Malaysia is known for its high quality programs and was consistently ranked in the QS World University Rankings, typically within top 500 universities worldwide, ranked 147th among Asia's best universities, offering world-recognized diplomas, honors degrees, advanced certificates, and postgraduate programs, and guiding individual talented youngsters into their own career paths. MSU aspires to be a leading transformative global university, engaging the society through entrepreneurship, research, innovation, industry embedment, and holistic education for a better future. Today we gather here as future leaders in the field of hospitality and tourism, united by a common purpose: to explore and promote sustainable and green investments within the tourism industry. This event signifies not only our commitment to the future of tourism, but also our dedication to preserving our planet for future generations to come. Tourism has always been a powerful force, bringing people together, fostering cultural exchange, and driving economic growth. It's no secret that industry faces significant challenges, especially in the context of environmental sustainability. As we foresee a world where travel and tourism thrives alongside a healthy planet, the importance of green investments cannot be overstated. Our panel discussion today aims to shed light on innovative ideas, best practices, and successful case studies that showcase how the tourism sector can become a driving force for positive change. We will look into various extents of green investments, from eco-friendly accommodations to responsible tourism practices, all with the aim of inspiring action and fostering dialogues. I encourage you all to actively participate, ask questions, and share your insights throughout this event. It's through fellowship and open dialogue that we can discover new avenues to make tourism both economically rewarding and environmentally responsible. As we embark on this journey towards sustainable tourism, let us remember that each step, no matter how small, can make a significant difference. Together, we can ensure that future generations can experience the beauty and wonders of our planets, just as we do today. Thank you for joining us on this important occasion, and let's make this World Tourism Day 2023 a milestone in our shared commitment to green investments and a sustainable future for tourism. Thank you.
Thank you, Nigel. We are honored to have Mr. Sam Peiris, the Director of MSI Colombo, with his insightful opening remarks for this Tourism Day celebration. Over to you, sir.
A very good afternoon, and thank you for inviting us for these situations on today. We have been invited a few of our schools as well as a number of panel members for the session, and Mr. Miguel Chan from founder of Pico Trail, as well as Mr. Chintana Duviduheva from Country Coordinator for Green Destination, Mr. Paddy Paul, Managing Director, Golden Isles Travels, and Mr. Ruan Ratnayaka, the Beyondscape, as well as Mr. Suranga Tennakoon, the senior, the lecturer and the faculty member of Management Science Institute. And since we're talking about the World Tourism Day 2023, and we have started celebrating World Tourism Day at Management Science Institute since, I guess if I'm not mistaken, from 2012 onwards. And this has given a great opportunity for our students since they are into the field of travel, tourism and hospitality, plus the event we have been conducted from the diploma to degree to master's to PhD level, for them to understand that the contribution and commitment, what they have to do it as the responsible academics as well as professionals in the field of travel, tourism and hospitality industry. And from 2012 onwards, they have been taken various the CSR activities as well as other programs in order to contribute to the society as well as make some commitment towards the betterment of global tourism industry. And today, since this panel discussion, in fact, I met Mr. Miguel around 12 o'clock on today, and we had a long discussions as well. And I feel this will be a very important turning point for us as Sri Lankans. And basically, since after this COVID pandemic as well as all other economic and political instability and the crisis happening within the Sri Lanka, we have to think about that way forward at the Sri Lankan as well as global travel, tourism and hospitality industry. Therefore, we have a responsible as the world rank university for you all to make a little bit of an understanding about the requirements as well as potentiality that available at the local and the global tourism sector. Therefore, these invitees, since they have been expert in the different field, the travel, tourism, hospitality. When he talks about Mr. Miguel, he has invented that Pico Trail, where we will be able to market large number of tourism into our country. That will be another great advantage. I hope this session will be one of the number one knowledge gain session for us, since we will be open for you all to come up with all, if you have any questions, you will be able to raise it up and you will be able to enhance your knowledge. You can communicate with them that your ideas as well, they will be able to support yourself, and in order to enhance your knowledge as well as to make yourself confident on the field of travel, tourism and hospitality industry. And finally, I am thanking Mr. Suranga as well as all our Bachelors of Hospitality Tourism Management students for your hard work. Especially I have seen this musical band who trying to entertain yourself on whole evening, and day and night they have been practicing. Sometimes they avoid their lectures, but still they put some commitment to make this event very successful. Also, we have invited few of the schools. Thank you very much for your participation. I guess there are about 2-3 schools are here. Dear teachers, students, we have been thanking for yourself and to participate in this session and make your presence to make our students more encouraged as well as to make them support you to make this event successful. So hope this will be a fantastic event for you all, and we have the leading the hospitality, travel, tourism professionals to spend their times with yourself. Plus, there are some people entertainment activities are going on. Please be with us and make this event very successful for your life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. To add more depth and insights to our celebration, I would like to invite Mr. Idrus, our beloved lecturer, to speak and share some thoughts with you. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Chalani, and good afternoon to everyone, including panelists, my dear colleagues, the lecturers, academic and non-academic staff, plus students and the invited students, those who have been joining with us for this event. So it's deeply honored to stand before you on this auspicious occasions to the celebration of Tourism Day. So we came together to celebrate not just the beauty of wonder of our world, but also collective responsibility to protect and preserve the environment. So this year the focus, mainly we are focusing on the paramount importance of the green investments. So first of all, I would like to give you a kind of a small idea about the green investment where we have to focus in the future. So now when it comes to the modern world, now people have been shifted from a traveler to responsible traveler. So now they have thought more towards this green investment. Therefore, we must think of whatever the investments that we are going to do. Definitely we have to think about the environmental aspects plus the social aspects, right? Because it will be very important to market your product as well. So tourism with immense potential for both economic growth and environmental impact holds a unique position in the global effort towards the sustainability. Green investments encompasses wide range of initiatives from eco-friendly infrastructure, sustainable tourism practices plus renewable energy. We know that our country is a tropical country where we receive enough sunlight. So, but when it comes to power generations, we are very lack of using such kind of technology. So this will be some key areas that we can focus in the future, because we know sometimes we are very difficult to stay in the daytime, and because we receive a heavy amount of sunlight. So again, when it comes to in conclusion, I'm not going to take much time because we have a very strong team to speak about this. Therefore, I'll conclude my speech. In conclusion, as we celebrate Tourism Day and the theme, a banner of green investment, let us not view sustainability as a burden, but as an opportunity for innovation and growth. Let us commit ourselves for the future, where tourism becomes a force for good, where the travelers leave positive impact on the places they visit, and where our planet beauty endures for generations to come. With that, I would like to conclude my speech, and thank you very much, and happy Tourism Day.
Thank you very much, sir. Now let's engage with a special video based on the things that what we have done previously with MSU.
Management and Science University, MSU, Malaysia, is a transformative global university which receives numerous recognitions and accreditations from both local and international bodies and welcomes thousands of students to its campuses worldwide. Management and Science Institute, MSI, is one of the offshore campuses of MSU, which operates at number 300 Gaul Road, Kolpiti, Sri Lanka. MSU and MSI offer diplomas, bachelor's, MBA, MBBS and PhD programs to the students in Sri Lanka, as approved by Malaysian Qualification Agency University Grants Commission of Sri Lanka and Medical Council of Sri Lanka. MSU and MSI have a vision of producing holistic and balanced graduates to the society with the active involvement of corporate social responsibility activities as per the guidance of Professor Dr. Mohammad Shukri Abyajin, the President of MSU, and close involvement with United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. What makes MSU and MSI unique is a continuous engagement with the society through CSR activities. MSU and MSI have carried out many CSR programs to keep the water clean, committed to reduce greenhouse gas emission, conducted many health programs, and engaged with community development projects whilst being dedicated to education for all. Management and Science University, MSU, Malaysia, is a transformative global university.
Thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage exceptionally talented young moderator of our batch, Prashant, who will be guiding us through this insightful panel discussion. With great enthusiasm, we would like to invite our esteemed panelists to take their seats to commence this panel discussion. Prashant, over to you.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. I'm Prashant, I'll be the moderator for today's panel discussion, and thank you Chalani for the generous introduction. So first, before we begin the discussion itself, I would like to introduce our esteemed panel, and starting off at the far corner we have Ms. Paddy Paul. She's the Managing Director of Golden Isles Travel. She's also an entrepreneur, a lecturer, and an individual who is very passionate about mice. Second, we have Mr. Miguel Cunha, Sustainable Tourism Development Consultant and Senior Partner at Sustainable Sri Lanka. He's also the founder and technical designer of Pico Trail, and he's also Condé Nast top travel specialist for Sri Lanka. Next, we have Mr. Chintana Tuminduheva. He's a specialist in tourism and sustainable development, lead trainer in Global Sustainable Tourism Council, country coordinator for Green Destinations, visiting faculty lecturer and entrepreneur. And next we have Mr. Ruwan Ratnayaka. He's the founder of Beyond Escapes and the managing director of Beyond Escapes. And apologies, he's the managing director of Leopard's Nest as well. And last but not least, certainly, we have Mr. Suranga Tennakoon. He's a consultant in business motivator, trainer, and lecturer. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's begin today's panel discussion. Now, this panel discussion will be split into two parts. The first will be going for 2 rounds of questions, and we have an entertainment item afterwards, and we have the second session beginning short after. So, I'd like to start off the panel discussion with Ms. Patty Paul. Your first question for today: why would one choose a DMC to handle one's vacation?
Good afternoon, everyone. I first like to thank the Institute for inviting me to be one of the panelists in this very prestigious event. I hope all the students here know the importance of a DMC. Should I answer it or should I ask the students to answer it? Okay, so it's a very, very important integral part of the tourism industry. People think that DMC is a travel agent. He just books accommodation. Some people even don't know that. They think we only earn commissions out of accommodation. People think we do transportation, and that's all we do. But today, a DMC plays such a pivotal role in tourism that we actually bring in 80% of the income that is earned by tourism in the tourism sector is by the DMCs. You would now ask me the question, no, it cannot be, because the hotels also contribute a lot. Yes, I agree. But to feed the hotels, the DMC feeds the hotels at least 80%. The online is also there, and more people are taking to online bookings. Having said that, I can assure you that today, more so than ever before, people are wanting a DMC. They want to be secure. They want to be safe. With all of the things that's happening around the world, not necessarily anything happening in Sri Lanka. With everything happening around the world, people want to feel secure. People want to be safe. When they travel, they want to be sure that they have somebody around in the destination who can take care of them. Just in case something should happen. It could be an accident, it could be something that's happening elsewhere which can affect a tourist that is in Sri Lanka. If you do not have a DMC whom you can reach out to, you are absolutely on your own. The OTAs cannot help you. They cannot come to assist you. They are only a booking engine. We also contribute immensely when we bring in the clients. We are actually contributing to the wildlife. We are contributing to the archaeological sites. We are contributing to the end users. So all of this, the contribution by a DMC towards the earnings of the tourism sector, 80% is by a DMC. And today, if you ask any DMC, you just cannot put people in a bus and take them around the country and say, we've done our job. No. People today are so demanding. They want experiential travel. They want to experience the local culture. We have to be creative. We have to be innovative. OTAs cannot do that. The OTAs cannot give you experiential travel, but DMCs can. So there's a huge importance of a DMC. The responsibility is ours, of course. When we become a DMC, we are in charge of the tourists, their health, what they carry, the safety especially. So the DMC's responsibility is great. Having said that, we also are a major feeder into the tourism industry. I hope I have answered.
Certainly, thank you, Ms. Paul. Next, Mr. Kunat, I would like to ask you, what were some of the challenges you faced when developing Pico Trail?
Thank you so much for inviting me, everybody. It's an honor to be here. Well, I suppose first of all, the technical design of the trail had its challenges. For every kilometer that is today the Pico Trail, I think I've hiked maybe 15 kilometers, trying different things and working out what would work. One of the things that was an important factor from the beginning was that we created an avatar. I don't know whether maybe you guys also do that when you in your exercises and things like that. Well, we created an avatar, and it was a Sri Lankan avatar. It was a lady, fictitious. She doesn't exist. Called we refer to lovingly as Auntie Pereira. So Auntie Pereira was with me all the time. And I would think of Auntie Pereira, and I'd think, if Auntie Pereira can do this, anyone can do this, right? So I kind of played with that in my mind, right? So quickly I understood that the Pico Trail needed to be, or I wanted it to be, or we wanted it to be a very broad-based experience, so that it would appeal to many different demographics and people from all over the world, different ages and things like that. Using the infrastructure of the tea industry, right, trails that were designed 100 years ago, 200 years ago, right, they were designed to a certain specification, which is about 3% gradient. 3% gradient is very easy to walk on, right? Very easy to walk on. We played with that a lot. If Auntie Pereira can do this, anybody can do this. So when it came to designing the trail and routing it through the different valleys and the different parts of the tea country, I was always looking for the path of least resistance. And so one of the aspects of it was to find the path of least resistance, and to find that path and to see how it would connect in not in next kilometer, but in 2 days' time. And that took 10 years. So the other challenge was to have time, and to believe in this, invest in this, I guess that's one of them. I don't know whether I have more time, but if not, I can elaborate a little bit later.
Thank you, Mr. Kulan. Next, I would like to ask Mr. Tumiduheva, how can green destinations support tourism?
Thank you having me here, and also happy World Tourism Day for all. When we talking about the Green Destination is the company, the organization started in 2014 as a non-government organization, especially for the sustainable tourism certification. So when we focusing on sustainable tourism for certification or practices, so really we need to make awareness first. So then making the awareness, and also then finding out the way to how to practice it. Like all young students here, so you will get the lead of this sustainable tourism development in Sri Lanka. And then how will you implement it, like maybe the code of conduct, maybe the policy, and maybe some kind of government policy till then. So how we going to in that era or that level. So then how we influence others, and also while sharing our good practices with others. So all those including, so finally we'll achieve the sustainability, whether in the organization, whether it's in the destination or the country. So in Green Destination we are helping and giving guidelines for everything to achieve the sustainable goal finally. So we are having the training arm, so make aware all the stakeholders in tourism industry, Green Destination training, and also we are having coaching and also different kind of certificate level, and also we are providing the platform who are applying the certificate to feed their data, and finally So aligning with the Global Sustainable Tourism Council criteria. So in the Green Destination is one of organization accredited by the Global Sustainable Tourism Council. So that is world recognized organization. So we'll talk about in the second session what is the Global Sustainable Tourism Council. So the way we are here practicing also some need to take some consideration. So we don't have the physical office in anywhere in the world. So there's a different, we are operating like 100 countries. So we are having the virtual office. So different kind of expertise in our organization, working in different countries and different regions. So it's really helped us to reduce our carbon footprint, having the traveling here and there and also maintaining the office and all kind of things. So in all the aspects we are considering and caring when we are operating, and especially so we are giving some kind of lesson to the industry and other stakeholders how really sustainability should be practiced.
Thank you, Mr. Duminduheva. Next, I would like to ask Mr. Tennakoon. Now, this hall is filled with the youth, and we all know that youth is the future. How big of a role does the youth play in shaping today's society?
Prashant, thank you. Thank you very much. Invited me. This is the third year. Continuously, I'm joined in for Tourism Day program celebration. Thank you. I mean, when you talk about sustainability, there are a lot of experts than me, to be honest with ladies and gentlemen. And the youth is very important. They have lots of roles to play. I mean, when you entered into the hall, our main concern is we don't use plastic at all. So if you use the bottle, what you use, don't think about the brand, which is glass bottle. And I myself and team of MSI, we are very concerned about the plastic usage. That comes on the university concepts as well. Not even that, I'm pretty sure these experts, they never enter the place where plastic is using, especially Mr. Miguel and Mr. Chintana and Mr. Wan and everyone, because we have 4.4 youth. I know there are some students, sorry because I use both language where audience will be understand. අපි මිලියන 4.4 ඕගොල්ලෝ තමයි ඉන්නේ. ඉතින් ඒ හතරේ responsibility එකක් තියෙනවා. මේ පුළුවන් දේ. Youth has a responsibility, not these experts, they talk about concept, sustainability and all. And these overall for responsibilities starts from your house itself. So read your own book. Plastic use karnawada. Now, good example, if you go to retail sector, the market, so try to bring your own bag. Very simple concept, rather than you are asking the lots of the shopping bags and a lot of things. So those are the small things where you could do. And when you're traveling, very recently, I myself, I had to experience. I am traveling from Anuradhapura to Colombo in an intercity train. Parents are advising for children to throw the things after they consume the food. So which is very unfortunate situation. Thing youth එක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කියන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලොන්ගෙම බලන්න මොනවාද කොච්චර ප්ලාස්ටික් දවසට මෙයක් කරනවද කියලා තියෙන එහෙම බලලා. So your responsibility is to take care of this nature. You'll know in this stretch of sea from Negombo up to Hikkaduwa, I think the experts will explain you can't do diving even. So we are fully of plastic right now. It's a fantastic country. If you could go to Kalpitiya, Kalpitiya is famous for kite surfing. So if you could go to Arugambi is famous for windsurfing. So I mean, destination I know there are some students, they have a different goal to become an engineer, become an doctor, become a professionals. But it doesn't matter you are from which industry, because sustainability is not even applied to hospitality, it applies for everywhere in the world, everywhere in the society. And our lecturer once said renewable energy, how much, what could be the percentage you used it? So those are things needs to be identified. That is I'm going to conclude the first round. So thank you very much, students. And Prashant, thank you very much. This gentleman, you can see him most of the time in the Rupavahini. He's our student too. Thank you, Prashant. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tennakoon. Next, I would like to direct my question towards Mr. Ratnayaka. We obviously know that Sri Lanka has a lot of income generation from the hospitality industry and from tourist arrivals as well. How do you think the hospitality industry can promote more tourist arrivals to Sri Lanka?
Okay, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me, and I'm glad to hear, address the audience like this, because the youth is the most important thing, and you are the people who should learn about new things and new approaches and whatever the things that we are going to introduce in the future. So with that, actually, I wish you all the best for the tourism day, and I hope all of you will be occupied in the industry in the years to come without going abroad, because that is a passion that has come to now, and that is something that all of you are thinking right now as well. So I hope you will contribute with your education and with your skills and whatever things that you learn to the industry in Sri Lanka. With that, I will, when you think about hospitality industry, I think tourism industry was formed after hospitality industry, because whenever you want to travel, there should be some place to stay, and with that we started the tourism. That is how the tourism industry started. Though the industry was not formed, the tourism was generated even before that. However, the hospitality is something that we always think about whenever we are going, whenever we are traveling. So hospitality industry should be the one that that should be focused when it comes to the new arrival generation, because whenever you have new properties, whenever you have some unique properties, whenever you have some iconic hotels and the overnight stays, probably we have a better chance of promoting more tourists to the country. So whenever you invest on tourism, we should invest on good things, good hotels, good concepts. So whenever we develop concept, it should be developed in a way that we can attract more tourists. I mean, during the last few years, when we talk about the hospitality industry, has been very unplanned, especially in Sri Lanka. When you talk about Alla and all those areas, all unplanned buildings. Whenever you try to attract new tourists, new segments, we have so many barriers because we don't have proper hospitality industry in those areas. Though we have attractions, unfortunately, the hospitality is something which is lacking in Sri Lanka during the last 5 years. So the hospitality industry has a major role to play when we come to when we talk about new or more tourist arrivals, rather than just thinking about taking more tourists or taking more different segments. We just develop our products. So hospitality industry has the potential to develop new products, new iconic brands, even new attractions. Tourism, the hospitality is not just about taking care of the clients who are going to accommodate in their hotels. It is not just that. It is something which you can give. It is you need to create an experience. So today it is the hospitality is not just hotel stay. It is an experience. So you need to create that experience from the check-in to the check-out, and within the within that period, it should be all everywhere. You should be able to provide experience, not just hotel stay. So if you can, if the hotel industry or the hospitality industry can think more when we are developing their products, probably we can attract more tourists, more segments, and more investments to Sri Lanka.
Thank you, Mr. Ratnayaka. Now that concludes the first round of the questionnaires, and we'll be moving to the second round now, starting from the far end once again. Ms. Paul, as an individual who is interested and very much passionate about the MICE industry, I have a question regarding the mice industry and its development on a global scale. How does the development of the mice industry on a global level, how does that impact the Sri Lankan industry?
Mice was very badly affected during the COVID period. Mice has come back very strongly, extremely strongly, because technology is playing a huge part now in the mice business. We have hybrid events that have come to stay. They are not going away. Even if mice, the business expands, it's going to be there because the accessibility of so many people participating when you have hybrid events is enormous. According to statistics, by year 32, the industry, the mice industry, the business industry is going to grow 18%. And it is not a small number when you take it globally. Where Sri Lanka is concerned, the mice business is slow for us still because the European market has not started long haul. So we are just having the impact because we go to traditional market for our mice business and it is slow. What we should be doing is that we should be going after the Asia and Asia Pacific, because this is closer home and we should be able to generate much more business. And also the statistics say that the mice business would be Asia Pacific. We would be the giants, you know, taking into consideration that China and India will also play a huge role in the mice segment. So when it comes to the mice business, people today globally are very, very conscious about green environment, extremely conscious. We get requests asking us if the venues we are suggesting are conscious about environment. And what do they do? Are they using plastic bottles? They ask us. And we are not in a position to promote these kind of venues. And as Professor Suranga said, the youth are the next generation. Lots of you are doing event management. You need to start from your own home. You need to look around you. Be conscious when people throw, when people are using plastic. Take your own containers, take your own bags. When you go overseas, in Europe in particular, they won't give you a plastic bag. You have to pay for the plastic bag. So everybody carries their own bags. I have seen now people carrying their own containers when they want to take away food, which I think is a fantastic thing. So the mice is going to play a huge role in the tourism segment. It is going to be one of the money spinning segments in the tourism industry. Sri Lanka will be in the map, but if we want to get 5 million tourists and if 20% or 30% of that is going to be the mice industry, we really need to relook at our infrastructure. We are not in a position to actually handle it. So my question is, yes, mice is a huge industry, it's a very positive industry and it will grow, and there would be jobs for everybody in the mice industry.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Paul. Now, next we've got a very important question to ask from Mr. Kunat, but before that, we've got an entertainment session planned for the audience here, and I'd like to invite Shalini to do the honors.
Thank you, Prashant. Now we all take a break and we'll take a musical interlude to enjoy the talents of our young music platoons. They will entertain you all.
The world is being done around to every move. You're my downfall, you're my muse, my wise distractions, my rhythm and blues. Stop singing, it's ringing. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind, 'cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, oh, your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're mine and I'm out of it. Even when I'm losing me, 'cause I give it all of me. And you give me all of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear all. So we are get drive back to our discussion with our industry experts. Prashant, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chalani. And now we're moving towards the second line of questions. And I have Mr. Miguel Cunat to answer a very important question related to sustainability. How difficult is it to implement a sustainable tourism, and what is the government support, and what does the future of sustainable tourism look like for Sri Lanka?
Sorry. Well, it's a brilliant question. It's a very difficult question to answer. It's not an easy one to answer, but let me try. Basically, one thing is the sustainability of the. So you have to divide the industry into its segments. Break it down, and then you start looking at it. So, on the one hand, we have accommodations. Actually, GSTC, Chintana is the expert on this. GSTC actually breaks it down very nicely for us. So the Global Sustainable Tourism Council is very clear on this. You've got tour operators, you've got hotels, and you've got destinations. The frameworks, this is a key, the frameworks for the implementation of sustainability standards are already there. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. There's been a lot of work done on this by the international community over the last 10, 20 years, let's say. But we have come to a point at which things have started to really kick in. This decade, the decade of the 20s, so to speak, is the decade of the sustainability paradigm in travel. Like the decade of the 10s was the decade of experiential travel, and the decade of the 2000s was the decade of luxury travel and sort of small hotel design and stuff like that was driving the industry. But nowadays, these frameworks exist. So that's the first thing, right? They cover everything from, we've talked a lot about plastic, but there's all sorts of aspects of sustainability that need to be considered, like child protection training, how you store hazardous materials in hotels, what is your wildlife, welfare policy, so on and so forth. There's many aspects of sustainability, but the frameworks exist. So anybody interested in implementation needs to understand these frameworks. One for hotels, one for tour operators, and one for destinations. The ones for hotels and tour operators are slightly easier to digest because, and it depends on the private companies that their initiatives to kind of embrace this, and there's already, I think, easily 20 or 25 certified hotels in Sri Lanka, if not more. It's still a small percentage. There's a huge challenge with SMEs, with the small companies, because the small companies, which is a big part of the sector, the approach needs to be different. Last 30 seconds on this. The real challenge is what you said at the end, is at the government level. Right? The private sector in Sri Lanka has always done things on its own, in its own way, has always, because it has to react to the market forces. The market wants, 76% of travelers want sustainable hotels and tour operators, so there's no other way. We have to. If you want to be in the marketplace, you just have to do it. It's at the government level where the challenge is. And at the government level, we will see in 10 years' time when we look at each other. I hope some of you students are part of this journey. But we will see where we are. Sri Lanka definitely has an opportunity. It is at a turning point right now in terms of the government, let's say, playing a role to implement sustainability standards at the destination levels. And that's going to affect things like infrastructure on certain beaches, facilitating things like the Pico Trail through the Wildlife Department, the Forestry Department, and things like that. We are at that turning point. But the good news is that the frameworks exist, so the government doesn't have to reinvent them. And there are very good examples internationally of how government and private sector can actually work together to implement these standards. Right? In places where government are maybe a little bit, let's say, weaker, maybe, or simply just don't have the people or the talent or whatever, the private sector can come in and help. But those structures need to be created in Sri Lanka. And now is the time to do it.
Right, thank you so much for that insightful answer. Next, Mr. Dumiduheva, Mr. Kunat mentioned about GSTC. Would you mind telling us what exactly GSTC is and how can the GSTC support sustainable tourism education?
GSTC is a Global Sustainable Tourism Council. So implementing the mostly criteria, rules and regulation, maybe we'll say the guideline for the tourism sector, especially tourism, sustainable tourism certification. So in that guideline, they are considering like 4 pillars. So one is sustainable tourism management, and one is cultural sustainability, and one is environment sustainability, and also one is socio-economic sustainability. So on that 4 pillars, they are developed criteria for the companies or businesses to come up. So then, as Miguel said, we have industry criteria, divide 2. One is the truck to operator, one is the accommodation. And also the destination criteria is come up. And also now the planning for the criteria to develop, so mindset. So that is the criteria development that we are talking about. So the companies or the certification organization will take those criteria and according to or complying that criteria, they are developing their own models. So sustainability is not just a goal or final destination. So it's like a journey. So we have to just start a smaller way and going up the ladder. That's what all the certification bodies providing the different kind of level to business to appear. So that's what we really have to realize. Even small SME sector who are segregation or separating the waste, they are also the part of the sustainability. So how they recycle or upcycle or how they manage their resources. So they also term of sustainability, and how they working with the community and giving the opportunity for them, and also how they working with the local supply chain. So all those including the sustainability, not just like CSR or giving the some kind of cleaning programs or what kind of sustainability is everything. And as Miguel said, we are in tipping point. So we are the generation. If we can change, so then there's no planet B, right? So we are living in this planet. So we are the generation. If we can something for this all changes. So that's what the demand, right? So that's what the travelers demanding sustainable development practices or sustainable tourism practices. So they are finding the places where we can minimize our impact while traveling. Because traveling is almost using the resources and emitting carbon dioxide towards global warming and all. So then that's what that demand is there. So if we as a country or if we are facilitating or supplying the tourism resources, so we need to get that adapt those practices. So then only we can capture that market, people really thinking about sustainability and sustainable practice.
Thank you, Mr. Dumiduheva. I certainly hope Elon Musk wasn't listening in about Planet B. Next, I've got a question for Mr. Sam Peiris, and this is about education, because education is where it all starts. How do you think we can develop strategies to educate the youth when it comes to implementing SDGs?
Basically, I think education sector, they are the primary sector of bringing the sustainability into the society, and therefore I personally feel as a responsible universities, schools and all, from the school level onwards, same as in Japan and all, we have to inculcate the sustainability in the students' mindset. Basically, when you talk about United Nations Sustainable Goals, you all know that we have about 70 sustainable goals, where they have a plan. They try to finish this sustainability by 2030. I guess I'm right, is it? So as a country, we have to, little bit of we have to do a feasibility study. We have to understand that what the contribution we have made and where we are standing for, sustainability. I feel still when we are walking around the society, when we are talking to the people and all, we are not up to the certain level as we can't satisfy where we have been reached up to sustainability. Basically, I guess our media friends also here. Thank you for presenting here. But we have not seen any of these newspapers, even, we have so much of advertisement going on before and after this news and all. We are not talking about anything. We don't say about not to carry a polythene bag, when you are going for shopping, at least to, take, earlier I guess we had a palm mala too, I don't know, whatever we had it. But we have not seen, we have not talking about anything as sustainable. Even in newspapers, if we go through about 1 month of newspapers, we have not seen, at least if they are spending a small corner of the newspaper for sustainability, because when we do it from the school level to the university level, we need some other responsible people to take over to the next level as well. And therefore, basically as a Sri Lankan, I'm sorry to say that we are not into the level we are heading the rest of the world in 2030 to end up this process to make this the world for the better the life for everybody. Economically we fail, politically we fail, as well as operationally we fail, and like a small component like a sustainability, we should have do much better. I feel we have to have a continuous process for each and everywhere. Even when you go to a, let's say that ATM card to withdraw some money, you can see that number of slips being here and there and all. The people are not talking about sustainability. Just see like if you're going to the bold-face green on maybe a Friday evening and Saturday, see that where we are heading for. Therefore, especially when the foreigners comes to our country, they might think that we are far behind the sustainability, and we have a responsibility. Always we are inculcating that mindset in a student's mind, and not only the universities, not only the schools, it has to carry forward by the each and every civilized citizen in this country.
Right, thank you so much for that insightful information and advice as well. Next, I would like to ask Mr. Suranga, how does training and development help young entrepreneurs? And maybe at the end you can give a small message out to you. What would that message be as well?
Thank you, Prashant. When you look at the entrepreneurship in Sri Lanka, I would say not even 2%. Even your childhood, from my parents itself, they expected me to be a lawyer. Even my horoscope says we wanted to become a lawyer, but I will end up with a speaker and trainer and lecturer. Whatever. My message, I can see handsome and very beautiful faces, youth. I love to talk with youth because I myself talk lots of youth around the world as well as Sri Lanka. What I want to tell you, entrepreneurship is one of the important segments what we need to develop. If you look at these lot of entrepreneurs, especially Mr. One, everyone. So we have a shame, for example, if my parents are running in a small trade, small shops, but we glad to, we are having a bad attitude of telling others, having a small shop sit at our house. So when you come to tourism, sustainability also, I just link it that there are lots of sustainable products where you could sell and you can start a lot of sustainable businesses. And I myself traveled first stage of not even myself, and we must thanks to Mr. Miguel who has cleared all logistic part to myself and students of MSI in travel first stage of Pecco Trail. There are lots of businesses from his concept has been developed. So even a person who sells the king coconut, they have not seen the foreigners, they have not seen the tourists at all, not even domestic, even as well as international tourists. Now, because of this concept, what I have developed 300 kilometers starts from Kandy to Norelia. So there are lots of entrepreneurs are developed, even small and medium enterprises, micro. There are a lot of entrepreneurs are developed. So my message would be, don't be scared. Young entrepreneurs, now you all are scared to work in Sri Lanka, but when you go to abroad Europe, you wash the washrooms and toilets or whatever, right? So in Sri Lanka, you are scared till I am washing the toilets, but when you go to Europe, but you are doing it. But my question is, why don't you, so you don't do the wrong thing, right? So whenever you see something, when you see an opportunity, you can do something. And also this, today I tell you where sustainability has been connected. You can see there are schools like, non-school like Thurston, Mahanama, and the Dhampasala, so we and our lecturers, community, everyone has connected. Tourism is all about, ladies and gentlemen, not even for the hospitality or tourism particular. We all need to get together. And we all need to, and every speaker says. And also, I need a 1 minute Prashant. And also after the session, this gentleman, these two gentlemen and Madam and Mr. Rowan, will tell you, you all can talk. Please talk with them, ask with them, and how we have been developed in your life, right? If you look at Mr. Rowan, I myself, I am not from Colombo, I am from Anuradhapura. Rowan is from Polonnaruwa, and Mr. Chintan is from Tisamaharama, right? So likewise, Madam, non-pioneer industry, so everyone. So do ask with them and ask with them how they are developed. Get their experience. Don't worry, whatever the job you do, when you don't have to do the right things, so you'll be benefited. And also, I'm sure there are lots of challenges when Mr. Miguel, once he developed the Peco Trail, so I'm sure. But today, he's in the jungle most of the time. The good thing is, within 12 hours, he responds for the email, right? I know most of the time, Mr. Chintan as well, they are not even the place where your connectivity gets connected, right? So they are responsible. Your response is very important. So likewise, training and development is very, very important. We all do the training and development. Me making, then the Dhampasale Katidana, me Mukada Yapin my career. The Yoguludakian, Adumatarmi, Bachani Hala, Tirasara Sanvardanik, Vatina, put a search Kalapalan, Mukadmi Karan, I think Gedagila. Adina Kodak Visikaran, Amarian, Tatarakian, Ogolokian, Visikaran Depa, Egolo Tahanga, Ogolori Visikaran Depa. So that could be my message in terms of training development. Then Apima train Karo, then we can go a long way, Prashant. And I will conclude. Thank you very much. So if you have any questions, you can ask. There's no language barrier after this session. You can ask any languages. Our team is there to sort it out. Students are there to help you out. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Suranga, for that powerful message. Now, last but not least, Mr. Ruwan, there are many challenges which arise when we are to inform tourists about sustainability and having a sustainable initiative which we are planning for the future. What are some of the challenges a sustainable entrepreneur faces, and about the challenge I spoke about before, about making tourists aware of sustainability? How would you tackle that challenge?
Actually, sustainability is one of the most important things that should be anyway adapted by old organizations, whatever the future organizations, if they want to be successful in the future. That is one thing that everybody should understand whenever they come to any industry. And secondly, entrepreneurs, when it comes to entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka, not in other countries, I don't have the experience actually in other countries, but I have heard about the experiences of other countries, good experiences, but when it comes to Sri Lanka, it's very, very difficult. And not only practicing sustainable, sustainable things. Other than that, even continuing the companies or the maintaining our companies is a tough job. So that is one thing that we are facing. In terms of the support is concerned, I understand the biggest responsible party for. One of the biggest responsible parties, Environment Authority and whatever the other people who are engaged with protecting the environment. And I see there's no even proper understanding about sustainability, or even they don't understand their job role. I have faced so many difficulties. I have been investing on sustainable projects since 2013, and I have faced so many difficulties. That is because of the lack of understanding, lack of training that they have, and even they are not into they don't have a proper understanding about job. And so that is one of the bigger things that we will be facing. Even the entire country will be facing even in the future. And I have seen even very recently they have asked me to come for another session, that conference, which is happening on the 4th of October. But because of the lack of planning, and they informed me, there was a initial plan. Actually, they informed me in advance, but they didn't confirm it. And apparently, yesterday they contacted me and informed me that this will be happening, and they give me a short notice for me to attend with a stall on the 5th of October. So I refused because you can, but unfortunately we can't attend such kind of events because we are not prepared. So there's no proper plan, no understanding about what they are going to do. So there are so many issues in terms of the government is concerned, and in terms of the support that they are giving to the entrepreneurs is concerned. And secondly, the technology, that is one thing which is very, very crucial for the sustainable development, especially for the entrepreneurs. And we have so many technical barriers, especially in terms of the knowledge is concerned. We have so many good people, but unfortunately they are going abroad, and we can't get the support sometimes. Actually, we have been investing on technology as well. Unfortunately, the problem is they have the development power, but the response and also the responsibility part, the accountability part is not there. So that is where we face difficulties. Otherwise, the talent is there, the skills are there, but when it comes to the accountability, responsibility, and all other things, they are very good when they are working with the foreign projects, but when they are working with the local projects, they are very, very lethargic and very pathetic, when it comes to their support as well. And also the financial part of if we consider the financial support. Very recently we actually gave a very good proposal. I'm investing on another project in Benjulai. We gave a very good proposal to the bank. Unfortunately, bank said since we are in tourism industry, they are not going to fund. Since we are in the tourism industry, they are not going to fund. So these are some kind of overlapping of strategies. Sometimes they don't understand where to support, whom to support, how to support. All these things are missing. So entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka, especially when they go to practice all these sustainable practices, they will be facing so many difficulties. Other thing is actually even give me actually 1 minute, because there are so many things to say, but we need to summarize all this. One thing is actually, though we say that we will be as sustainable project, we will be implementing this and that. Unfortunately, at the ground level, staff, all people who are doing it are discouraged, and ultimately they fed up, and they think it's a burden. It should be part of your life, but they understand it's kind of a burden. So that is so unfortunate. I mean, they start it with a very good passion, but when they start continuing, when they start doing it and continuing doing it, they fed up it and they give it up. So this is a kind of very, very pathetic situation that we are facing as Sri Lankans, especially as entrepreneurs, and we hope that something will happen. Right? We still hope that something will happen in this lovely country, something miracle will happen, and we will, future generation will get the support. Right? Thank you very much, and wish you all the best for having me here, and also investing on green projects and sustainability. to enhance the future sustainable growth in Sri Lanka tourism. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ruan. Now, before our distinguished panelists leave the stage, I open the floor for any questions. And I'd like to start off by asking the media if they have any questions for our panelists, and then we'll proceed to the rest of the members of the audience.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for your presence. So, we'll have family බොහොම අගය කරනවා. ඒකම අපි හරි සන්තෝෂයි මේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ continuously හැම වෙලාවෙම අපිට උදව් කිරීම සම්බන්ධව. ඇත්තටම අපි කතා කරපු විදිහට අද අපි 2023 ලෝක සංචාරක දිනය සමරනවා. මේක දිනයක් විදිහට නෙමෙයි. අපි අපේ ශිෂ්‍යයන්ගේ හිතවල මේක අවුරුද්ද පුරාවටම ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ හිතවල රහුපිලි රැව දෙන විදිහට අපි ඒගොල්ලන්ට මැසේජ් එකක් අපි අරගෙන යනවා. තිරසාර සංචාරක කර්මාන්තය කොහොමද තිරසාර විදිහට ඉස්සරහට ගෙනියන්නේ කියලා. ඒ පණිවිඩය අපි දැන් මෙතන ඉන්න අපේ ශිෂ්‍යයන්ට ගුරුවරුන්ට අපි මෙතන දෙනවා වගේම අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන ඔබතුමාන්ගේ කරුණාකර සහාය මේ පණිවිඩය අපේ මේ ලංකාවේ ඉන්න ප්‍රජාවට, ඒ කියන්නේ සංචාරක කර්මාන්තයට, ඒ වගේම සංචාරක ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨයට ඉන්න ශිෂ්‍යයන්ට, ඒ අයට ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ මාර්ගයෙන් අපිට ලැබෙන එක මොකද මේ මීඩියා කියන එක අපේ රටේ අපිට නැතිවම බැරි දෙයක්. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගෙන් ඒ හම්බෙන සහයෝගය අපිට පුළුවන් වෙනවා මේ ලොකු ලෙවල් එකකින් මේ අපේ ප්‍රජාව දැනුවත් කරන්න. ඒකින්ද ඔයගොල්ලන්ට අපෙන් දැනගත යුතු ඕනම ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා මේ පැනල් එකත් එක්ක අපිට කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා.
Students, ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද?
බොහොම ස්තුතියි. අතරම මගේ ඉස්කෝලේ දර්ශන කොලෙජ් එක. මම ඉවර කරේ දර්ශන කොලෙජ් එකේ. සන්තෝෂයි ඒ පුතාලා දකින්න ලැබීම. It's my school also there. Right. So, සුරංග කතා කරා entrepreneurship එක. අතරම youngstersලා ගොඩක් ඉන්න නිසා මම කියන්නේ මම ළඟදී රිසර්ච් එකක් විතර කරා employments ගැන. So ඒකේ තියෙන green employment. ඒක සාමාන්‍යයෙන් Tamanගේ skill එකට වඩා අමතරව sustainability ගැන environment එක ගැන skill එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒගොල්ලෝ hire කරන percentage එක 2022 සාමාන්‍ය 20%ක් විතර. නමුත් 23 තියෙන අලුත් dataත් එක්ක ඒක 40ක් දක්වා වැඩි වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා ඔයගොල්ලෝ මොන ඩිග්‍රී එක කරත් hospitality නැත්නම් culinary මොන ඩිග්‍රී එක කරත් so extra ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පුළුවන් නම් sustainability ඉගෙන ගන්න. If you can just learn about the sustainability, sustainable tourism and practices. So then you can, there's so many online platform you can learn. Most of the courses are freely, you can have it, and also you can refer many documents from the Global Sustainable Tourism Council, Green Destination, Travel Life, there are so many organizations. So just refer those kind of things and develop sustainable skill, so you will get the much more opportunity and maybe more salary rather than the basic degree. That is the message I want to deliver you. Thank you.
I just want to also say a couple of words as well. Just to leave you with three E's, right? First is experience, right? Yeah. Experience is experiencing travel, right? The travel, if you want to be a travel professional, you have to travel, right? If you want to be a chef, well, you have to try food. No, you have to know the ingredients, right? So it won't do to stay in Colombo all the time. You know, you have to get out there. There's no other way. You'll champion this industry. The more you travel, the more you speak to people, the more you get to know. You know, go to the remote locations. You know, go north, go east, go into the jungles. Every valley, every river, geography is very important, right? So experience, exposure is very important to international best practices, what's happening out there, right? What is actually happening out there? Because any problem you face or any challenge we face, there's lots of examples out there. There's fantastic people doing things at grassroots level, all the way from Brazil to Argentina to Costa Rica to Malaysia to everywhere in the world. So exposure, very, very important. Experience plus exposure. And the third E is effort. Effort, you know, take a long-term view and put in the time, right? Nothing's going to come easy, nothing's going to come quick. So you have to make an effort, right? The 3 E's.
Thank you. Yes, whoever has a question may present it now.
My question is for Studio. From your perspective, do you see any other potential tourist destinations in Sri Lanka similar to Ella? If so, what are the steps we should take to implement SDG goals to those destinations?
There are so many destinations. So one is really covering all the destinations because really is one big example for the new product for Sri Lanka, especially focusing sustainable perspective. And also there's many more. And also I was work in 2018 to 2020 in the Eastern Province. So we developed many tourism, community development actually, the overall. So Nasi Vandiu and also the another the call like Kayangani. So this is now still that is products are consumed by the tourists. And also recently we worked with Western Province Tourist Board. It's another village called Kalukandava that also border to the Singharaja. So that what is the beaches you can get in Ella. So everything is there. But thing is, it's not popular and also really, personally I don't like to develop another Ella. Right? So we really need to focus about the carrying capacity and also the resources what we are using and also how we manage and also how we give the maximum kind of experience to this. Now the people are not really seeking the luxurious places or resorts or something, but they are really seeking the lesson learned for their life, taking back memories to their country or their sharing with their people. So if really we are focusing that, giving that kind of experience or that kind of product, developing that, really Sri Lanka is a better country. And rather than we are just focusing on the head count, how many tourists will come, the 2 million, 4 million or kind of. So what is the income generation we can earn from each tourist, and also how we can expand the length of stay in one place rather than going around Sri Lanka, promoting the round tour and emit more carbon emissions, and also we are not giving very much time to having the experience in locally and all. So in one place, if we get like Western Province, there's so many places people can explore like 10 to 20 days. So likewise, we need to really different and also think different angle how we really see the tourism and also adapt to the world trends and also pattern what is the tourism like or dislike. So and also especially the values. Hope I answered the question.
Anyone else in the audience with a question? Now's your chance.
So my question is to Mr. Miguel. So what are the future plans of the hotel?
Good question. The Pico Trail is now being it's incubated by an organization called the Tourism Resilience Project, funded by the European Union and the United States Development Agency. So that agreement or that incubation period is coming to an end in April 2024. So we're 6 months away from the end of that. What we will see is the birth of a destination management organization, which is not the same as a destination management company. There's a different destination management organization concerns itself with the management of the destination, right? Of the destinations. The Pico Trail is a destination, even though it's a trail, right? That covers many different destinations. In itself, it's also a destination. A trail can also be a destination. The Pico Trail will need to be maintained. It will need to be cleared. It will need to be signposted. It will need to have basic infrastructure at the trailheads. It will need to have sustainable, let's say, partnerships with all of the SMEs and all of the companies operating from the guides all the way to the hotels and guest houses and stuff like that. You know, they also need to play a role, and we've been working really hard with those communities to make sure that, you know, those businesses, to make sure they go through Chintana's process, the Green Destination Certification, right? That's going to be mandatory for people that want to, businesses that want to affiliate themselves with the Pico Trail and be listed on the apps and all sorts of things. We have to be listening to the local communities very carefully. So I'm sure some of you are familiar with the DOCSI index. How satisfied is the local community with this project? That's something we have to be very careful with. And also we have to be listening very carefully to consumers. Quality assurance is a key tenet of sustainability. It won't do to have 5 million tourists in Sri Lanka that are not happy. That's for sure. We can say have 5 million tourists, but if 5 million tourists go leave Sri Lanka saying they would not recommend Sri Lanka to their friends and family, then we have a problem. So we have to be listening to that. But to finish off the question, the last 30 seconds is that there will be a destination management organization that will handle all of this. It's a social enterprise, so it's not a profit-making company. It's a limited, in Sri Lanka you register as a company limited by guarantee. Now, of course, we walk through the tea plantations. So the tea companies that represent 75% of the land you walk on are wanting to have a say, and they will have a strong presence in the DMO. And also that there will be a presence, the government will be there on an advisory capacity, representing wildlife, forestry, railways, environment, and so on, because this is multi-stakeholder. One of the things about this project is that it's been really challenging to get everybody together and agree on, you know, let's do this for the best, in the interest of the country. That's the future of it. But once it stops being incubated by donors, then it needs to generate its own revenue to be able to exist. And that's going to be the next challenge. How do we generate that revenue without competing with tour operators, DMCs, right, and the rest of the industry, but serving the industry? Because the objective of the Pico Trail is not for anybody to profit from it, but for everybody to profit from it.
Thank you. If there are no further questions, I'd like to offer Ms. Paul about 2 minutes for your closing statement.
So now that you have listened to all the panelists, the future is yours. So don't listen and go away thinking that someone else is going to do it. Nobody else is going to do it. It is all in your hands. You are very fortunate because you have universities, you have so many people who are giving you this knowledge of how you can become green. In our time, we did not have all this training. We learned by trial and error. Today I am passionate about mice is because I learned it myself. Nobody taught me. I went and learned and I qualified in Switzerland after 15 years after I started doing mice. So the future is yours. If you are not able to sustain green development in this country, you can't blame anybody except yourself. Tomorrow you cannot turn around and say, you know what, this country is horrible. They don't have this, they don't have that. No, you cannot. Because this country is yours. It's not too late. We have done a lot of damage. Let's all face it, we have damaged. However, there's always that we can do more to rectify what we have. One of the students talked about Eller. My husband is from Eller, and we used to go even as kids to Eller, to Newburgh. It's an estate. And I can tell you, in the Eller town, there was only 2 shops. One a fruit shop, and the other one was a liquor shop. And that was the only 2 shops. And we had to go to Bandaravilla or Badulla to buy all the stuff. And today, I can't imagine what damage they have done to Eller. Nobody, I don't think, is going in their correct mind will say, it's a fantastic place. No. Eller is beautiful, but we have killed all the environment and the beauty of Eller because we did not use sustainability to its maximum. I don't know when it will all collapse down, the way the buildings have come up, you know. So my parting words, the future is yours. This country belongs to you. Please take care and protect it. Otherwise, in 20 years' time, you probably don't have anything that you can talk about to your kids.
Thank you. Mr. Ruwan, any final words before we wrap up today's discussion?
Okay, thank you very much. As I said, all are young people here, and I'm also happy to address you because I have come from a very difficult life, and I must say that nothing is impossible. I have experienced it. I have come to Colombo without even a single rupee in my hand. So I have come to a position where I am today. And I have so many, I am currently also doing so many investments, doing my PhD on my own, after completing so many, diplomas, degrees and so many other things, more than 40 qualifications, I can't even mention all those. But everything is possible when you have the right mindset. So you have to have that right mindset. Even if you want to, do something, do it with, don't consider about you, whatever the things that you are around you, whatever the barriers around you. Because barriers will be very easy when you make it an opportunity, right? So understand it is an opportunity for you. I have seen things like that. Even whenever we face so many difficulties with all these government agencies, I have seen that as an opportunity. Because if we get all these certifications, you have to pay this company, that organization, this organization, you have to pay your entire profit for those organizations. But I have not been registered, even though we have requested more than 100 times, nobody has registered us. So we are not paying, and that is an opportunity for us, right? Government has missed the opportunity for earning money through us, though we are getting something out of the country. Everything is an opportunity, right? So you see the positive, right? When you see the positive out of difficult situations, you can understand how to get up, right? How to beat them, and that is how you can beat challenges, right? And I have done it for my entire life, and I have been successful. I will be doing it even in the future in different ways with my education and all. And I wish all of these young students, they will learn something, and don't think about what you don't have. Think about what you have, right? You have your full body, right? Your eyes, your hands and everything, and parents are feeding right now. And even, I was in a position where parents are not there for me. And I had to find even the, means of living for me in the childhood. So I'm happy that you have everything. Don't go behind things that you don't have. Think about what you have and make use of those strengths. You will be definitely be in a position that you are going to achieve. So all the best, and I wish you all the best for the future. And I wish the tourism industry will be in a very good position with your involvement in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and that winds up today's discussion. Once again, thank you, Mr. Ruan, Mr. Suranga, Mr. Sam, Mr. Chintana, Mr. Miguel, and Ms. Paddy. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for our wonderful panelists. I'd like to hand it over to Chalani to take over. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prashant. So, my pleasure to invite to our respectable panelists to get their token of appreciation. And now we can express our heartfelt appreciation to our distinguished panelists for their valuable contribution towards us today with our World Tourism Day Celebration 2023. And my pleasure is to have Mr. Chintana Dumindaheva, the Country Coordinator, Green Destination and Lead Trainer, GSTC, to the stage, and Dr. Suranga, our beloved lecturer, to present the token of appreciation. Thank you very much. My pleasure to have Mr. Chintana Dumindaheva, the Country Coordinator and Green Destinations, Lead Trainer GSTC, to the stage, and Dr. Suranga, our beloved lecturer, to present the token of appreciation. Thank you, sir. And my pleasure to invite Ms. Paddy Paul, the Director of Golden Nile Travel, to the stage, and Mr. Chintana to present the token of appreciation. My pleasure to invite Mr. Miguel, Sustainable Tourism Development Consultant, and Dr. Suranga to the stage to present the token of appreciation. My pleasure to invite Mr. Ruan Ratnayaka, founder of Beyond Escapes and Leopard Nest, to the stage, and Mr. Sam Peiris, the Director of MSI, to present the token of appreciation. Our pleasure to have Mr. Suranga Tennakoon, our beloved lecturer, consultant in business, motivator and trainer to the stage, and Mr. Sam to present the token of appreciation. And a special appreciation to one of our shyness students. So I invited to Mr. Suranga to speak a few words. Over to you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, my humble request, all of you, all students, filling up all our youth, all of your Komadaru. On that project for the organizing committee, give a big round of applause. Right, this is an announcement. This student, the gentleman, if you see, there are lots of hard work, his leadership, and his commitment. He was very attention to detail with his team, and always I tell my students follow 3 things, 3 A's, where Mr. Miguel has mentioned 3 E's. Today I learned it. Thank you very much, Mr. Miguel. I'm going to apply it to the society right now itself. 3 A's, which is accountability. Next one would be the attention to details. Details right? And attitude, your kalpa. If there's no kalpa, no productivity. So you guys, everything, ladies and gentlemen in the audience, thank you very much. A fantastic discipline where you were listening to the conference, panel discussion. So everything has been arranged under his leadership. Not even that, we have done a fantastic event called He Never Tapana, getting off 242 band. And he was a gentleman. I have given the authority having the logistic part, where we were managed donated 1.2 million rupee to Cancer Hospital, the medicine. This was the last successful project we have done in Vihara Mahadevi. And today, this project, quickly I'm going to tell you, we have started from Bandaravilla Dharampara College. We went there. So we have shared our knowledge under his leadership. And today, everything attention to details. And I have been scolded him many times. And even last night I scolded him. He's a gentleman, there are no words to say, but his skills, attitude, way that he handled the team, and hard work, teamwork, working with the allocation at work, perfect. He's Mr. Loshan Pereira. So there's a small word, and I would like to invite Mr. Sam Peiris and Mr. Miguel, both of them come on board to give him an award. So give a big round of applause. Thank you.
Also, we appreciate our school and Dhamma school invitees, and I cordially invite to Parusha, the head prefect of Thurston College, Colombo, to the stage, and Mr. Suranga to present the token of appreciation for them. Thank you very much. I cordially invite to Jashin Fernando of the Hamsonda Dhamma School, Moratua, and Dr. Sirinaga to present the token of appreciation. And please engage with us to take a group picture. I invite you to our esteemed panelists and Mr. Sam, Dr. Sirinaga, Mr. Suranga, Mr. Idrus, and Ms. Chaturi, Mr. Mudu, Ms. Roshan, and our academic staff, and all our invited guest lecturers. Please come to the stage. And I would like to invite Prashant and our district coordinator, Lochan also. Thank you very much, all of you. Now you all can enjoy the refreshment and take a break now. To conclude this enriching day, I invite the band to perform once more with the guidance of our beloved lecturer, Mr. Idrus, and the leadership of our student Tasit, to creating a delightful atmosphere for our fellowship gathering. I also invited to Upeksha to go ahead with the band. And thank you very much for being part of this special occasion. And let's make the World Tourism Day 2023 for a memorable one. Thank you very much, and thank you all.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this very special evening. I'm Peiris and I'm the host for the music pattern. Me and my colleagues' music pattern is here today to entertain you with the best performances. Initially, let's start up with Rahase Hadana. So I would like to cordially invite Mr. Idrus on stage. Thank you, sir. That was heart-touching. Next up, we have Camellia Mal, brought to you by our music pattern team. So guys, enjoy.
Thank you.
Can I have your attention, please? Okay, today we have a special moment to recognize the incredible special contributions toward MSU and our team and our ceremony. So there are 3 members to appreciate here with the band. Mainly, this person is the smallest and youngest team player in our music platoon. So this remarkable individual is none other than the son of our beloved lecturer, Mr. Suranga Tennakoon. So I would like to extend a warm invite to Master Tennakoon to the stage. And we appreciate you all. And I invite to the stage Dr. Sirinaga to present the token of appreciation. Ladies and gentlemen, give a high round of applause for our Sirinaga. And about the second person, it's heartwarming to see our alumni students coming back to the community with us today and standing with the performance. So I invite, please welcome to the stage, Mr. Dasun Vijayaratna. And I invite Mr. Suranga to the stage to present the token of appreciation for Dasun.